Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, happy hump day. Welcome to Wednesday, man. Grow Show. Coach Kyle Evans coming to you, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, for another daily checkup from the neck up. It's a day. Today's an opportunity. I'm kind of excited. A little, I don't know what to say. Something's in the water or something's in the air. Maybe it's been a past couple days of just really deep, real conversations about things that are going on in life and business in the market with some amazing people that I have the opportunity to partner with in business and in life. I don't know, man. Today we have an opportunity. I can smell it. And that's one of the things that I want to talk about today. Guys, we're in this week series of Built for This. Are you built for this? Today, we're going to dive into a simple idea of that the difference is in the distance. The difference is in the distance. What does that mean to you when you hear that, when you think about that? What does that evoke? As I was writing that title, one of the things that it evoked in me was, ew, nobody wants to hear that. Just like they don't want to hear yesterday's title was adapt or expire, right? Like these are the things, the truths, the unshakable ideas that are going to get us where we want to go. And yet sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, the truth isn't the most grandiose idea. Monday, we talked about scars being blueprints. When we talk about today, understanding that the difference is going to be in the distance, I want you to listen in here. I want you to really think. I desire you to be convicted by this message the same way that I was. Because the truth of the matter is, everybody wants to win. Almost everybody wants to win, but few are willing to go far enough. The difference between the top 1% and middle of the pack, more often than not, it's not intelligence. It's not luck. It's distance. How far are you willing to go after you're tired? How far are you willing to go after rejection? How far are you willing to go when everything inside of you is saying, I'm good. I'm good right now. I've done enough today. Bill, my competition, he stopped. I should stop too. How far are you willing to go? Guys, today we're going to talk about the reps that most people won't do, the inches most people won't chase, and how tiny margins separate legends from leftovers. Are you a legend or are you a leftover? The difference is going to be in the distance. There's a very successful fellow being the president of the United States at one point in time. His name was Calvin Coolidge, and he's got a great quote on this. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. Hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard. The difference is going to be in the distance. As we're moving on into the first idea of this, I want you to know, surprisingly enough, that the winning gap usually is smaller than you think. The distance between first place and third place is usually one more round, one more ask, one more DM, one more rep done, one more door knocked, one more called, one more day focused with intentionality. While everyone else is talking about how tired they are, how stressed they are, how burnt out they are. If you think about the Olympics, let's say swimming, guys, gold versus silver often comes down to milliseconds. If I'm swimming and the difference between gold and silver is milliseconds, that's not talent. That's turn technique. That's the reps done in the dark when no one else was watching, when no one was cheering, when no one was in the stands. The business version of that, the sales version of that, That's the person who makes 3 follow-up calls instead of 2 consistently over time. That's the agent who holds 2 open houses instead of 1 that week. The one who knocks 10 more doors on the block while the rest of the people went home. Most of your competitors stop at good. Most people stop at good, good enough. The opportunity that we have is to go just a little further. And I understand how that sounds. I heard it best from my buddy Bill when we were doing a coaching session. He said, man, if the answer is that I have to work harder, that's not very inspiring. I know, but unfortunately, it's probably the answer. Just a little farther. That's the margin where lives change. We have to stop looking for a new strategy. We have to stop looking at shiny pennies. And maybe we just need to start adding distance to the one we already have. Maybe we need to start adding consistency to the one we already have. Maybe we're missing just 1, 2 more reps each day to the plan we already have. The difference is in the distance, ladies and gentlemen. When you think about distance decisions, here's 4 areas that you can start adding distance today. In the sales place, in the sales room, in the business world, let's talk about follow-up. 80% of closings happen after the 5th contact. The 5th. Most agents quit at 2. Does follow-up not work, or are you not working follow-up? What if you had a touch cadence that you always followed for every new lead, whatever your business? Day 1 was a call or text. Day 2 was a value-based follow-up. Day 3 was a social media connection, maybe a DM. Day 5 was personal voicemail. Day 7 was a market report. Day 10 was calling again with a different insight. And then we repeat the process until the person responds or they opt out. You don't need more leads. You need to go further with the ones you already have. The magic that we are looking for is in the work that we are avoiding. Is your follow-up legendary, or is it for the leftovers? What about your conversation? You hear me talk about conversations all the time because I know it's that important. Most salespeople are surface level. They're snorkeling instead of scuba diving. High performers are surgical. In your conversations, can you ask one more question than your competition? And when I say one more, let me be clear. I don't just mean duration, I mean depth. The extra question, is it a deep one that is building trust? This is not an interrogation from a buddy cop movie in the 1980s. I'm seeking connection here. I'm seeking depth. Instead of saying, hey, are you thinking about selling? What if you tried? What would need to happen for selling to actually feel like a win for you right now? You guys hear that and you're like, oh, wow, that is way different. And yet most of us stop with the leftovers instead of the legends. Are you thinking about selling? Hey, question for you. What would need to happen for selling to actually feel like a win for you right now? That's deep. That's seeking connection. That's seeking to understand the person and their dynamics in their life and find out if it truly is a match for them right now. Instead of saying, what's your timeline? What if you said something like, hey, if I told you I could help you move in 60 days with a clear plan, would that timeline change? Would your idea of your timeline change? My desire for you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is to add depth to your questions, not just the number of them. What about your learning? Amateurs train until they get it right. Pros train until they can't get it wrong. You've heard this before, I'm sure. And yet nothing is more true in this world. Amateurs, they train until they get it right. Pros train until they can't get it wrong. I have done this both ways. I'm not sitting here on some ivory tower talking down to you like some perfect person. No, bro, I've been the amateur. I've trained until I got it right. And let me tell you how that worked out. Good. It worked out good. Sometimes it didn't work out good at all, but it worked out good enough. When I flipped that dynamic to be willing to suffer a little longer, to do the extra rep, to train until I couldn't get it wrong, the difference was astounding. And the truth is, it's not easy. It's not. What if you set a distance goal for yourself? That's bad language. What if you set a commitment for yourself? Goals don't get hit all the time, commitments do. What if you set a distance commitment for yourself? What if it was one role play a day, 2 podcasts a week, 3 conversation frameworks reviewed, implemented per week? What if it was one training with a coach or a mentor per week? Repetition doesn't just build skill, it builds certainty, and certainty sells. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, when your confidence is high, your competence grows. And when your competence grows, your confidence grows. It is a cycle that builds upon itself. So when we're talking about the areas that we can grow in, our follow-up, our conversations, our learning, and finally, your day. Most agents, they're clocking out mentally at 3 p.m. They didn't start till 10, some 11. I need you to stretch your productive window. Instead of going cold after lunch, what if you booked a second power hour? What if you use that block for nurture calls, testimonial or review requests, asking for referrals, re-engagement texts? Those last 10 contacts that you're going to make, that's the distance that other people skip. And then when that compounds over the year, at the end of the year, you're in 2 drastically different places. If you win the 4th quarter of your day, you're going to dominate the 4th quarter of the year, period. Are you willing to do it? Are you willing to do it? Happy hump day, ladies and gentlemen. If you thought I was bringing you glad tidings and great joy, I'm not. I'm bringing you discipline and I'm bringing you work and I'm bringing you consistency. And what I know is after it's done, you will say this: it was worth it. The third part of this talk this morning is I want you to understand that distance compounds. It's not the extra call today, it's the extra 5 calls a week. 1 per day is 5 calls a week. That's 20 a month. That's 240 a year. If your conversion rate is simply 5%, that's 12 more deals. If your conversion rate is 2.5%, that's 6 more deals. That's a car paid off. That's a vacation with your kids. That's the margin between almost and undeniable. And yet we miss it because it's so simple. It can't be that simple, Kyle. Yes, it is. It is. The compound effect, compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. Are you using it for yourself? This week, I desire you to ask the simple questions. Where can I go an inch further? Where can I do one more? Ed Millett has a great book on it, The Power of One More. One more ask, one more story post, one more piece of follow-up content, one more role play, one more call after 5 p.m., one more door knock, one more rep in the gym. This is your distance moment. Everyone wants the win. Few will actually go the distance. But the distance is where the edge lives. It's the late night prep. It's the video you didn't want to record. It's the conversation you were tempted to skip because you didn't know how it was going to go. It's yours. If you'll go one more inch past average, it's yours. You were built for this. Go get it. I wish that it was easier. I do. I wish I had a fancy thing for you to take and do and crush and it would make everything better. Most people miss opportunity because it's dressed in overalls and looks like hard work. And I know some of you are working really hard right now. I do. I get it. And I know that it's tough. I do. I get it. I am one of you. And yet, is there a little more in the tank for this season of your life? Is there something you should be doing a little different, focused on a little different? Maybe it's as simply as your mindset. I was asking one of my coaches just recently, I'm saying, man, it's so hard for everybody. Their mindsets are so low, and I'm pretty okay. What is going on? Am I cuckoo? Am I crazy? I'm not burnt out, but I'm doing all the things. I'm feeling all the stress. And it hit me as I was reflecting on it. And it's that I'm okay with the cost. I've come to peace with the cost. I understand that it's going to be hard. I understand that it's going to be difficult. I understand that one more rep might be the most painful one. And yet it might be the one that's most worth it. A lot of times distance isn't talent. It's an extra inch. You're not being outperformed. You're being outdistanced. Because champions, ladies and gentlemen, they're made in the reps no one sees. Muhammad Ali, one of the most famous athletes of all time, one of the most famous boxers of all time. They were talking to him and, how many sit-ups, how many push-ups can you do? And he said, I don't count my sit-ups. Not the way that you think. I only start counting when it starts hurting because those are the only ones that counted. He knew that the ones that didn't hurt, everybody was willing to do those. Everyone was willing to do those. But where he could push himself was how far he can go when it really starts hurting. When he's tired, when his muscles are sore, when the lactic acid is building up. That's the one. How can I push past physical or mental discomfort to achieve real progress in strength? Everything in this life, in my opinion, is doable. Everything is a trained skill. Are you willing to put the time in to do it? The reps. Guys, success more often than not, social media has completely, in my opinion, lied to you. It's not sexy. Success usually isn't sexy, and it usually takes way longer than people want to admit. Because the difference isn't talent, it's the extra inch. It's the reps that no one sees. I trust that this is helpful for you today because I know deep down in my heart that you are built for this. You're built for this moment, whether it's a personal challenge, whether it's business, whether it's a season of your life that you're in, you're built for this moment. What are you going to do about it? As for me, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to get dirty. I'm going to get punched in the gut when I least expect it. And I'm going to get up. I'm going to dust off and I'm going to go. Why? Because there's no other option than that. The wild thing is most people settle for good. That means the competition for great is so much smaller. Let's go get our unfair share this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go do the things that people aren't willing to do so we can live the life that most people can't. Love you, mean it. I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Happy Wednesday to you. Go do the things. See you later.